Hi YouTube, I'm here to talk about what it's like to be British. Well, I've listened to some of your blogs, and especially the American ladies, and the way you describe the British. I'm glad you like our accent. I'm trying to talk Queen's English today, but I'm from the north of England, and I go into northern twang, which sounds a bit alright mate, and it doesn't sound good. It sounds like Liverpool's love child. In England we have lots of different accents. How would I describe it? In the south, where you see Downton Abbey and London, and where Hugh Grant's from Notting Hill, hi, the Queen and everything else, and tea with a vicar and Thatched cottages, that's mainly in the south and the west coast. I mean, our accents can vary tremendously. I mean, it's like the south, you've got the Cockney accent, which is apples and pears, alright darling, how are you doing? I'm down for a game of arrows, been down the market. And then the Birmingham accent, what we call them the Brummies, are like, alright mate, how are you doing? That probably sounds a little it's like, so you've got like loads of different varying languages, and it's probably difficult to understand. We find it hard to understand it ourselves. What else? I mean, the thing is that the English we are eccentric, but we are broad-minded at the same time, and we live in a multicultural society, and you know, we try to get along. And you know, I mean, if any of the, you know, I mean, some of the lovely looking, I mean, you see some of the lovely looking black girls, you know, the African Americans. I mean, they, you know, I hate to see them the way they get treated by the other black guys, because you girls deserve better than that. I mean, as a white man, I just think, like, from Naomi Campbell and stuff, I mean, you guys are amazing, you know, you've got great jobs now, and I a lot of white guys are just, it's the damsel in distress thing, and I think there's a big difference between being a man and being a gentleman. And I like to be the gentleman, I like to listen to the lady, and I like to also support her in anything she does in life. And that's being a gentleman. If to pick up something, she drops something on the floor, to pick it up, it's kind of like when a lady drops a handkerchief, it's the same thing, opening a door. It doesn't cost anything to be nice. And dress, we like to dress nice. If I saw a guy dressed up nicely, I think, oh, he's made an effort, but he's not gay. And we like to dress to the occasion. If you're going out to dinner with a lady, then you just in a nice suit. A bit like when you go into the for the night out to the captain's table on a cruise ship, and everyone makes the effort to dress in tuxedos, like James Bond. Which brings me on to another thing with James Bond, now Daniel Craig, which is he's kind of like, he's gone away from the Roger Moore, I think, and you know, Timothy Dalton, and he's sort of more rugged, but at the same time English, if you know what I mean. Sometimes you see Mr. Bean, which is completely the opposite, but that, again, the eccentricity, and I think the reason we have small cars over here is because we're living in a small country, but it's also the cost of fuel, which has always been quite expensive in England. It's gone down recently, but that's the reason why. So, you know, we've talked about, like, the dress and stuff. The way that we've got, me personally, I mean, as I say, chivalry, being British, is there, especially for me. If I see a lady, I always think, oh God, you know, it's kind of like getting on a charger, dressed as a knight, going to the town, rescuing a lady. I mean, I still see that myself. It's not as much as it used to be, but it's still there. I mean, I think myself, I still, you know, I look at any kind of lady and I think, well, you know, if she was in distress, I'll be there, you know. And I know you talked about American men being, I think you said douchebags, whatever that means, I think, but I think we like to dress we like to look after, I mean, I like to look after ourselves, like, I also like to shave if I can, I mean, and, you know, I don't like a lot of beards. I also like, you know, obviously we like to, you know, to shower regularly and that. And I'm sure you know, you've got, you know, the American men, you know, I've seen them with a lot of beards, which is fascinating. You know, you see a lot of TV shows and they've all got beards on recently. I don't get that, but anyway, a lot of British men are starting to become quite Americanized in a lot of things. Competitiveness. And it's starting to get quite aggressive in a lot of respects, and I think that's just down to competition and who's got the biggest car. I mean, I don't care. I'm not bothered. Wherever I drive, it, you know, gets me from A to B. It's got to be practical. But all things that British people like, our diets are kind of like on a Sunday. We have a Sunday roast or Sunday dinner. Nearly everyone in Britain has a Sunday dinner. It consists of either beef, chicken, gammon, and then roast potatoes, vegetables that are usually mashed sweet, cauliflower and cauliflower cheese, gravy. You probably call it sauce. Ours is gravy. And what else? Oh, sprouts still, and carrots and Yorkshire pudding. that's what that. Well, I'm from Yorkshire, kind of like, because I'm from the north of England and the industrial north. It's full of houses now, so it's like we're building over Britain's once green and pleasant land is now just turned into one big estate. It's a shame, really, you know. But such as I don't control it. I mean, but we still have lots of pubs that offer English fares. You call them bars, we call them pubs, or inns, as they like to be called. You know, we like full English breakfasts, and that's another thing. Bacon, sausages, hash browns, fried tomatoes. What else? Mushrooms. I've got. Sometimes we eat. It's black pudding, which is Scottish really, and sausages, fried bread, you know. Englishmen love that, and also like tea. I think I mentioned that tea because it's refreshing rather than just coffee, which is nice. I love coffee now. I love coffee beans, fresh ground coffee, beautiful. But tea is just a refreshing drink for us. That's why we always love tea. Tea, jam and toast. And again, it's a Monty Python thing, isn't it? You know, we're there with that with I think it was, I can't remember, Cleves or whatever he is, and he, you know, we laugh at ourselves really, because you know, it's just we laugh at more stuff, and you know, we like the humour of life. We don't try to take things too seriously. Although sometimes English men, English women, they go very quiet. You know, always thinking of things. But we are a bit mysterious, but at the same time, you know, we're always open to new ideas. You know, say we talked about broad-mindedness, and being the gentleman really is the thing. To be able to say, you know, that Hugh Grant, you know, sort of stutter. The Hugh Grant, oh yes, and Mr. Darcy. And I used to work. I was working as an English butler years ago, and it was very much, hello, my lord. How can I help you? Very good, my lord. What would you like this, my lord? Yes, my lady. No, my lady. And that's still there. So, I mean, it doesn't cost anything to talk nicely or look nicely or treat a lady nicely. And not act like, as you say, a douchebag. That's no, to me, I don't understand that. I don't. You know, if you weren't to have someone nice in your life, then you really are missing out. And to treat someone like badly, then you know you're only upsetting yourself. But that's just my way. I don't think all Englishmen, not all Englishmen, are like that. But what else can I think of? Really, as I say, the chivalry. I think because the English have had an empire, and we've lost a lot of that, and now sometimes feel like the underdog. Sometimes, I mean, the Great Britain. I mean, we're just UK now. We're just part of the EU, and the Queen. We don't have a sovereign nation anymore because we give it up as part of the EU. But we want to still remain our own uniqueness, and I think that's what the world likes about Britain, the fact that we're still unique, that we wouldn't give up the pound for the euro, for a lot of reasons, probably business as well. You know, we are what we are. We're a little island, we're multicultural. I mean, we love you guys in America and everywhere else. I mean, you talk the same language as us. American ladies are really, I mean, you're pretty, and you deserve better. Don't be treated. You do. You deserve better. You deserve an English. I don't know about English. You deserve to be treated like a princess by a gentleman. And you've got one life, and you don't deserve. And the same thing with the guys. You know, everyone deserves to be treated nicely and be nice to each other. That's what a gentleman's all about. And you know, we get frustrated. I mean, mad, angry. People would say sexually. I mean, I won't go into it too much, but you know, believe you or not, a lot of English guys do like that. I mean, you know, who doesn't? You know, really, we see ourselves as just be best at coming first or best at becoming last. Good sport all round, chaps. You know, let's go for a cup of tea. You know, if there's a disaster, let's go for a cup of tea. Let's have a cup of tea. Let's go for a pint with the lads round the pub. You know. I think in England, cups of tea sort of solve everything. You can have a tsunami or a hurricane or World War III, surrounded by zombies, and it's like, let's just go for a cup of tea and think about it. Yeah, I think that's it really. That's just basically British, and I hope that sort of made it, you know, try to make you understand a little bit more about being British and the way that we are. And as I say, big thumbs up to America and the rest of the world. We love you guys, and you know, you've made some brilliant things, and we hope that, you know, as I say, but at the same time, there's nothing like caring for each other, and at the end of the day, you know, we're all different, and but what makes us all unique is just the way that we are. I mean, McDonald's are everywhere now in the UK, as well as fast food, and that's not good for our figures. I mean, I can eat pretty much what I want, and you know, but I'm not too bad. But that's it, really. So, best to British, chucked away.